To Jarrett for a 2-minute question. What changes would you like to see in the state's tax structure?
Let me count the ways. This is one of those things that are a perennial kick the ball down the street, and we've known that we need to fix our gross receipts tax for years. There have been a lot of studies. I'm definitely in favor of creating incentives for small and entrepreneurial business to make it easier for them to live in a low tax environment, but in just one piece, in gross receipts taxes. We're one of only 2 states that tax social services. So we've kind of traded high gross receipts for low property taxes. That isn't all right. I'm in favor of allowing local jurisdictions to put a cap on the value of an owner-occupied house, but then increasing the value of property owned by speculators, owned by second home people. But we should consider an array of fixes to the gross receipts problem, to the property tax problem, and to the income tax problem. I'm not a big tax guy. I just have to tell you, I think when we take capital away from moderate people, we end up hurting them. I do also feel that the move towards an oligarchy, the distribution of wealth that's happened in the last 20 years, is horrible. So I'm in favor of people having a living wage. Was it red?
Not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in favor of doing lots of economic things to help regular people out. I hope to be a voice for fiscal restraint and conservatism.
So I think there are 2 key pieces to the tax code that we need to look at. First, actually under Governor Richardson, we passed an income tax cut, which has especially impacted high earners and corporations. And that has had a much bigger impact on our revenue than we expected. So a couple of years ago, when we were in dire financial straits because of an oil bust, and at some point hopefully we get to talk about the boom and bust of the oil cycle, but we were in oil bust and we had passed this tax cut. That's a problem. I'm certainly willing to look at the income tax because I want to make sure that people are paying a fair share. And I absolutely believe that's important. The other piece is the gross receipts tax. We need to reform that. There was a while in the history of the legislature where if you had a good enough lobbyist, you could get your industry a carve out or an exemption. We need to eliminate those. The gross receipts tax was intended to be a low tax that was broadly applicable. And then we started carving it up. And so the tax rate went higher to compensate for that. So instead of a low tax that's broadly applicable, it got higher and less applicable. And we need to reverse that trend. And I can tell you that's on the agenda for the next session.